Morning everybody, welcome to Stockradar Stocks on the Move from another week. Today's date is the 23rd of September 2022. We're moving on from our holiday from yesterday. We come to you from Queensland where it's actually raining cats and dogs up here, having a nice holiday. But we're all really talking about staying trend safe this week, okay? The trends is what I do, it's where I prioritise all my trades, and it's been a tough 12 months. But I just want to look at it's a good time to recap sort of some of this trend stuff, just so you can see exactly what I'm talking about and how I work. Okay, so today it is back to basics. I focus on trends and protecting your capital. Our aim is to try and be in stocks that are going up. Some markets deliver and some don't, so be smart and listen carefully. The last 12 months has been a real killer. But as always, there have been some good trends to capitalise on, so we can make a bit of money in the way through. Strong markets deliver many uptrends, weak markets deliver a few. We currently have a weak market at the moment, so that's what we're saying. So stay trend safe. Our format, as usual, is just to go through the overseas markets, look at the ASX 200, look at some stocks, look at the portfolio, and trading tactics again this week is just a brief one on trend focus, okay? And so the simple uptrend filter that I use is your stock selection moving up in a series of higher highs and higher lows. Have a look at your chart, see if it is. If it is, then the odds suggest it will be higher next week than it is this week, and we're always playing the odds, so that's what we try and do. Okay, let's get straight into the overseas markets now. And Dow Jones Industrial Averages, we can see, is pressuring that 29,888 level at S1. We've moved down to there. The next step is, do we fall through it and have another drop further, or do we bounce? So we don't really know. The volume hasn't been huge either way, so it's a bit hard to tell at the moment. We just take it as we see it. We don't predict, we just respond. Momentum is still pretty weak down here at the moment, so that's not such a good thing, but we just wait and see what happens there. The Nasdaq is a little bit similar. It's heading towards this S1 level, so it's a fairly important level. If it falls through, then we probably have more downside. And we can see here the volume hasn't been huge like we saw here a few months ago, so it could be turned reasonably easily if a bit of good news come on board. Not that there is anything likely at the moment. Okay, let's go to commodities. Copper again, it's had a very weak rally in response to that big fall down. It's coming back towards S1 again. Lots of two-way activity here. Momentum's very weak. As the pressure is down, that's where I favour the moves to go further from here. S1 is a likely target for that. Gold, well, it's now hit its low point there and just starting to fall through it slowly as the US dollar remains strong. Not a lot of volume here, but momentum's very negative. Not a lot of interest in gold, full stop, so it's nothing really that I'm getting excited about, especially on our gold stocks, which are all looking pretty awful at the moment. Crude is the other one, which is an interesting one. It's sort of been slowly whittling away at this support without dropping badly. It's heading towards S2. That's where the pressure is going to be now. With a little bit of volume starting to pick up here, momentum starting to turn negative. So we're probably looking for more of a corrective phase on Brent at the moment while we wait and see what goes on with the energy markets, especially heading into the northern winter, where the demand normally increases. So we'll just have to watch crude for the moment, but for the moment the move is back down again, so that's where we lie on that one there. Okay, the ASX 200, we're just going to go through this now. That's looking, not all that happy really with it. It's easing back down. Let me just blow that up a bit for you. And you can see here, we've got the downtrend here. We've got a series of lower highs here, and we've got our S1 down here, like the Dow and Nasdaq, which are already down here. This is probably where we're headed for the moment, 6,500. That's probably where we're looking for the moment. So further weakness, I would think, on the ASX 200. Okay, if we just go to our portfolios and have a look at those for the moment, we can see here the Stockradar portfolio was down to 24 stocks of 162. So it is still weak and has been weak for some time. Okay. We only have one ETF, which is a bearish ETF, and the rest of the ETFs are not doing anything. Our conservative portfolio is flat at 4 out of 20, so we've got about a 20% equities, 80% cash there. In the Energizer 5-stock portfolio, we lost one last week, so it's down to 4 of 5, so it's 80% equities, 20% cash, and the Energizer is down to 8. At 88% equities, 20% cash. So a little bit of cream's been taken off the top there. There's still a couple of good trends in there, a couple of energy stocks, computer share, things like that are still rallying very strongly. So that's where our market looks. It's weak, and we've got a couple of little exciting bits in there that are going up, which we hang on to for the moment just to see if we can make a little bit of money. Okay, so that's the overseas markets. That's the ASX 200 for now. the portfolio. So now let's get into some stocks and have a look and see what we can for the moment. I did promise you last week we'd have a quick look at S32. Just as a quick reminder, if we go quickly to look at my metals, mining and resources trading centre page here, you can see there are only 3 stocks in there. The rest are very weak. So I'm not happy with this sector at all. They're not looking very good at all. There's not many uptrends. There's a few neutral ones here, IGO, things like that, which may be a possibility. But for the moment, the metals are taking a big rest at the moment. So let's go straight to S32. Well, we can see what's happened over the last year. We had a big trend up here since the end of 20. We sort of finished up here in earlier this year. And since we've had a fairly big fall down from here, we've had a rally back up to this level here, which actually looked pretty good here. That's why I wanted to look at for you last week, because we've got some very, very solid volume carrying off this rally here. But all of a sudden, the sellers have taken a big hit on this one and dropped the price quite a lot. And that's a concern. And remember, if I see selling hit the market and the price doesn't drop, that means the buyers are absorbing all the selling. In this case, they're not. They've shied away. So what was encouraging now looks a little bit more negative, and we may be heading back to S1. So a little bit of a 50-50 play at the moment on S32, but I would be neutral there at the moment. So just look out for some of those stocks. Okay. Now, the other area there is a couple of nuclear-based stocks or uranium-based stocks. They've had a bit of excitement recently, as I guess you know, uranium as an energy alternative becomes a real option again for a lot of people, for a lot of countries. So we're seeing a bit of demand for some of these stocks, and Paladin is one that I cover. And it has rallied a few times, and we've seen a fairly good rally off the last few months, but we've got this area up here around about $1 that seems to be holding the market down. That's where we really want to see it through if it's going to do anything there at the moment. We saw some good volume here in the last time up in late 21. But since then it's been corrective. We've had a bit of a rally recently, but as I say, $1 has been the top. Trend intensity rating is only -2, so we're in neutral territory there. So we just have to wait and watch, but there could be some interest in there, you never know. And one of the other ones here we've got is deep yellow, which is a similar sort of pattern which we've got. It's, you know, we had a good rally here and some good volume back in late 21. Since then, it's been going down to sideways. It's had a good rally of late, the last few months. But again, we've stopped at this high area up here, around 130, 140 for deep yellow. So we've had some very good volume here. The sellers have started to hit, so it looks interesting to me. There might be some good support. Trend intensity rating is 0, so that means we're neutral. And so you just have to wait and watch these one. It's shying away from that high, but that's really where we want to see the price through, which, as you can see up there, is around about the 140 level on deep yellow. Okay, now just a quick look at New Hope. You know, it's just been rallying like all the coal stocks have been. And New Hope has been one that we have got onto here. It made a new high back in July, just after we started coverage, and it's rallied pretty strongly from about $4 to about $6. High highs and high lows, as I explained before, that defines a trend. So the odds are it's going to be higher next week than it is this week, and that's what we like, and that allows us to keep our stop going up following the trend higher. Okay, so if you're in there, trend intensity rating is 10, no reason to sell that one at the moment. Volume is solid, momentum looks fantastic. Okay, so that's New Hope. The one we follow every week to week has been Nanosonics, which we saw a fairly good rally here from Nanosonics a while ago. Let me just put this chart in a little bit so you can have a good look at it. We saw a good rally here and some good volume here. So again, we didn't want to get too excited because we know that we'd like to see a pullback to a higher low to make the move substantiated. We haven't seen that so far. We've seen it come back. It's probably come back a little bit further than I would like, but it's still above that low there. So it can still make a reversal pattern from here no matter what. So stranger things have happened. So we'll just watch that. It doesn't look promising, but there's still hope while it remains above S1. So you can see my trend reversal projection here. This really here, up here around about 485, is really the trigger level for me if I was to get into that one. The trend intensity rating is -3. Bit of volume here recently, which has pushed the price down, which is not such a good thing, and momentum starting to ease back off that 0 level. So again, you just stay neutral with these stocks. We're waiting for something to happen. It may happen, it may not. We just wait and see to see what's going to go on there. Okay, so that's Nanosonics. One little stock I did tip off some of my subscribers to my newsletter the end of last month was a little stock called iCollege, which is an education stock, and there's lots of interest in education, especially here as people are coming back from overseas and getting back into the universities and things like that. But we see a great move here. Yes, volume, yes, momentum, all excellent stuff, and it's bounded through this high here, so that triggered a buy for us. And so we're just lifting our stop on this one because it's now gone from 16, it's up to 21 at the moment. And it's looking pretty strong. Trend intensity rating is 10. Why sell it? No real reason. Everything is positive at the moment. So this one was for our members as of at the end of last month. Okay, so now what I want to do is, that's the stocks I've got for you today, and so there's not a lot on offer at the moment. Just the money of the coal stocks, there's a couple of smaller stocks that we're looking at. I do have 24 stocks in there. You can go to my site to have a look at those stocks to see which ones are going up, and you can also see there's many going down, so we just stay away from those ones. The only ones we're ever interested in are the ones that are going up in higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so trading tactics. Okay, just a brief one today. That doesn't look like trading tactics to me, so we'll get this other one back up here. Here we go. Here's our portfolios. Okay, so it's all about trends and protecting them. Okay, so this is what we're all about, and computer shares being one stock that keeps going up and up and up, no matter what's happened over the last year. Some stocks do this, and I don't know why computer share, but it's in demand, it's going up, the volume's good. So if you look at your stock, specific stock analysis will help you. Top-down approach can mislead you, and I find it a little bit ignorant to do that sort of thing because it's really just hiding behind what may be going up. If you look at a stock-specific situation, it will give you a much better focus on what's reality of any one single stock. So computer share is one that's going up, and it's one that I like very much. Okay. Stockradar premise. Why do I live? Okay, a simple money management process that effectively cuts out the big losses and leverages stock uptrends. Okay, so we know there are 4 outcomes to any one trade. Big wins, which can be unlimited. They can go up and up and up, and as they do, we see it all the time, whether it be Whitehaven Coal, New Hope, Computer Share, they're the ones that are running at the moment. Okay. We also have small wins and small losses, and they cancel each other out. You can also have big losses if you choose to take big losses, or you can choose not to take big losses and cut them out before they happen. If you do that, you will bias your whole portfolio to a much more profitable bias. Okay, so that's really my premise as to why I live and how I live. It's a money management process built around trends, and that's really what I do. Okay, so stay trend safe. That's what I'm all about at the moment. I know it's difficult at the moment, but you just have to have faith because we know that long-term trend of the stock market will come back at some stage. So, just to finish off, trends are always your friends, and this is never more so important in this challenging market. In certain markets, trends are just not prevalent, so be smart, stay safe, and protect your capital by staying in cash, and be patient and wait for the long-term trend of the stock market to return. And then we get lots of stocks that are going up and lots of trends that we can follow. Okay, so that's it for this week. Just a shortened version from Queensland. I hope you all have a good week. I know it's tough at the moment, but just keep the faith, stay safe, watch your trends, heed your stops, and I'll see you all next week.